Hello and welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe. My name is Jamie and welcome to part one of the new build, which is this Arma Hobby's Ki-84 Hayate. Now, I've already done a sprue tour of this, so I'll put a link in the description below or go and search on the channel for that one. I'm really looking forward to building this. Hopefully it's going to be relatively quick. It looks fantastic in the box. I built a few Arma Hobby kits already. I built a couple of the Hurricane Mark 1s and I built the Wildcat. So if I remember, I'll stick a picture of that up here. Let's open the box then, and I'll just show you some of the extras I've got with this kit, and then my kind of final vision, really, of what I'm hoping to achieve with it. So we'll just open it up and get the bits and pieces out without trying to lose anything. Sorry for the rattling. Right, so first of all, some of the extras then. I'm chucking bits all over the floor. Brassin do a seat. I think, yeah, it is. It's 3D resin printed, and you get the colour photo etch harness. Now, being a Japanese aeroplane, it's only the lap harness. They didn't bother with the shoulder harness, or sometimes if they did, it was just like a car seat belt that went diagonally across. But this one is just the lap belts by the look of it. This is a really neat little addition. The kit seat is fine, but this has the lightning holes drilled out, its scale thickness, there's some riveting on there, and it's a beautiful little thing. It is absolutely tiny, but it's so fine, and that's really going to enhance the cockpit because seats are normally fairly prominent, and it was really quite cheap, so I've got that. The other bit of brassin are the exhausts. The exhausts in the kit are solid, which is not surprising. It's 72nd and they're very, very narrow. But these are open, and again, they're 3D printed. Once again, quite cheap. Really worth the upgrade, I think. And I really like their packaging, actually. They come in this little, clear little box, which is neat. Although it doesn't quite fit in the packet. But it does a good job of protecting it. So that is that. Just put that there. The other thing I've got is the Edward set for it. Right, in here, I'll just get the instructions out and we'll just go through some of the bits and pieces. Now, obviously, you get the instrument panel in colour photo etch. You get a decal with the kit. The instrument panel is quite buried underneath it, so I think you could easily get away with without using that. You get a photo etch seat. Clearly, I'm not going to use that in here because I've got the brassin one. But if you have this set and you don't want to get the brassin one, then feel free to this. It's from a number of parts though. It's going to be quite fiddly. You get the harness as well. Other bits and pieces in here then, rudder pedals, some various levers and whatnot. Obviously the instrument panel that I mentioned, throttle quadrants, a bit of wiring that I'm going to replace with wire rather than the flat photo etch. There's a few little bits underneath, sort of around where the pilot's shoulders are, and they're underneath there. Whether you're going to see them or not, I don't know. I think you probably will, actually. And then it's getting you to slice off some of the moulded in detail and replace with the etch. So what I'll probably do is when the time comes is I'll just have a look at the moulded detail, I'll have a look at the photo etch, and I'll make a decision what I want to use. I very rarely use everything in a photo etch set anyway. You get a bit of detail around the sort of headrest, armoured rollover thing, oil coolers and that. But what's cool is on the undercarriage you get taut links and the gear legs, which fold in half. So that's really neat. And the inner doors as well. Once again, that looks like a bit of a fiddle to remove that cleanly and leave the operating mechanism. But we'll have a look when the time comes. And then all the detail around the gear bays, which I normally don't bother with, if I'm honest, because you can't really see it. But on Japanese aeroplanes, they tend to be quite visible and quite far at the front. So I'm going to use it. And then scale thickness tail wheel doors, which is awesome. And a little bit for the bomb, which I'm not going to use. But there we go. I think that is a worthwhile addition and should lift this nicely. Right, the other bit of detailing I'm going to do to this is I'm going to rivet the airframe. I'll have a look online for some rivet plans. I tend to rivet all my models if they're not Edward, so they come pre-riveted, if I'm honest. I just think it... there is an argument to say, oh, well, it's not realistic. You can find photos of aeroplanes where the rivets are visible. You can. There's also the argument of, oh, well, it's 72 scale, so you need to have a look from 72 feet away and there's no way you'd see the rivets. Yes, that's true, but we don't normally look at models from 12 inches away, 1 foot away. We normally get right in there, don't we, and put our beak in there. So there's that aspect of it. And the other aspect of it is it just, oh, it's my phone. It creates a bit of noise on the airframe, almost like pixelation. It makes it more interesting to the eye. That's the other reason why I do it. Right, colour schemes. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm either going to do the natural metal one, which looks cool, or the really colourful green over grey with the white Homeland Defence bits over the Hinamarus, etc. It's definitely going to be one of those classic cross that bridge when I get to it, because I just can't decide. Whether I end up doing another model, do two, I don't know. What I have got though, as well, is, I'll see if I've got it here. Just move that out of the way. Oh, bugger it, everything's falling down. Right, I've got this, which is a Molotow liquid mask pen. I've not used it yet. And I guess what you do is you'll just draw around. So that's a striking scheme. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that one, and I can use the Hinamaru masks. I don't know. Decisions. I'd probably not actually. I'm probably going to do the natural metal or the, like I say, that colourful one. We shall have to see. If I do the green one, it's not going to be mega chipped. It's not every Japanese was chipped to hell. It tends to be field applied camouflages were chipped. Sorry, it's my phone. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It's the work chat. Yeah, some Hayates were painted in the field and the paint flaked off. Some definitely did not. I've searched and I can't find a photo of the green one. But either way, it's not going to be really heavily chipped. If I do that one, it'll be slightly chipped here and there, but I'm not going to go mad. And that's it. Right, so that's an introduction to the kit. Join me on part 2 where we start construction in the cockpit. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.